Okay, I want to talk to you guys about how to do some stamping and printmaking for your mixed media still life project. You're going to do 4 papers total with different colors and different printmaking techniques. I will have a bin of random things that you can choose from to create your textures, and basically anything that you find you can turn into a stamp or use it in some way to make a print. So I would suggest covering your paper or covering your table with newspaper first before you put your paper down, so you don't have to clean all the paint up later. Choose 4 different colors of papers. I've got some extra so I can show you some different things. And then you're going to need paints. So you can either pour them straight or you can mix some different colors. You want them in a plate because you want them to be a little flat so you can put your tools into it. Okay? I want you to focus on trying to create some kind of repeating pattern for these instead of just randomly painting them. So don't just randomly paint, don't make a mess, but really think about how you're going to create a texture pattern. Okay? Some things that you can try. I've got a lot of little pieces of cardboard. These work really great for a variety of different things. You can use them for stamping a pattern. So if I just dip the cardboard in paint, this will create like a stamped line. So I'm going to carefully go through, and you can decide what kind of pattern you want to do. I'm just doing some stripes vertically and stamping until I start to run out of paint, and it looks kind of nice if they're not quite even. Some of the lines have a little more paint, some have less. And I'll go through and cover my paper with my repeating pattern. So I'm just doing some vertically and then going back and doing some horizontally. Think about how your colors look together. So I knew that the yellow would look nice on this bright pink. But I go through and completely cover this same pattern over the whole thing. Okay, later these papers will be shared with the people at your table, so you have a variety of different papers to choose from. Okay, another thing you can do with cardboard, which is really fun, is put 2 different colors on it. So I'm going to do, let's see which paper I want here. Well, I guess I'll use this green. I'm going to do yellow on one side. I'll show you what I'm doing, and then I'm going to get some blue on the other side. So just 2 different colors. And then I'm going, I can't tell if you can see my paper. Yeah. I'm going to drag these across my paper. I'm holding down and dragging. And this will start to mix the colors on your paper into these cool kind of textured stripes. Turn it around. So you're just like squeegeeing the paint across. And I want you to go all the way edge to edge here, so you can use all of the paper later. And I'm gonna have to re-up my paint supply, but you can see this makes kind of cool colors. You can experiment with different combinations. Maybe I'll get some black in there and a little bit of the blue. See what that does. Ooh, it's kind of cool. Okay, so that's one way of doing some printmaking. You could also form that cardboard into different shapes, like if I just bend it and get kind of a triangle shape, or go into my black, and I could do stamping this way. And I'm trying to make it even. Some little V's. All right, some other options for tools. You could use, there's things like cardboard circles, same thing. You're just gonna dip it in the paint and stamp with it. And just be careful. You don't want to make a mess. You're really thinking about how to carefully plan out your patterns. I've got lots of little pieces of foam. You could use them just how they are, or you could cut shapes out of them. So use this like a stamp. I'm just going to keep going on the same paper, but keep in mind I want you to do the same pattern over the whole paper. So for demonstration purposes, I'm reusing the same paper. But so these are kind of big, but you could cut them down into smaller stamp sizes. Kind of a cool texture, and you can mix in some other colors in there too. See what happens if I get some yellow with my black. Okay, so stamping that way. What else? Ooh, pencils, broken pencils make really good stamps for doing polka dots. So if you just use the eraser end, you can go in and do a really nice polka dot pattern. Like so. You can see my paper. I can't see the camera very well, so I can't tell. There are just lots of random things. There's even like some kind of actual stamps in here. Just be careful to get kind of an even coat, and like for something like this, I might use a paintbrush and paint on like a more even layer of the paint before I start stamping with it. But I guess I want you to experiment, but I don't want you to be sloppy about it. You know, really think about what you're doing carefully. Okay, so, you know, I think a lot of, ooh, I saw a cool thing online. Let me see if I can try it. Where you dip string in paint, and then you smash it down and pull the string out. Oh, that was a fail. Didn't work. But experiment, see what you can come up with all of these different tools with stamping. When you get your 4 pieces finished, put them on the drying rack. Remember to start at the bottom of the drying rack, fill up the bottom, then go to the next one. Before you do anything, put your name on the back of all of your papers. You're not going to remember which ones are yours. I want you to get credit for doing your 4. Once you get wet paint on them, you can't flip them over and put your name on them. So as soon as you get your 4 papers, write your name on the back with your block, please. Mix some different colors, try some different tools, put your 4 papers on the drying rack. And I guess that's all. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to show you. I mean, yeah, that's it. Lots of random little things in here. Some bolts. I could try this. So just see what you can come up with stamping and pattern, okay? And later we'll collage these together into your still life.